Well, howdy, everybody. Teresa here with
Laundry Brad.
And the dogs. Of course, the critters. Nixie is right here between my feet, being her cute self, and Charlie is laying right in front of us with one of his toys. One of your babies, right, Charlie? Charlie, is it your baby? It is. I know. Oh, yes, I know. That's your baby. You guys can hear him with his baby. It's amazing that he's 9 years old and he still plays with toys. He loves to throw them in the air and he loves to chew on them and stuff.
Tug of war.
We recently, tug of war. We recently found some of his babies, so he's been very happy. Before that, we were babyless. So, Nixie never has been one to play with the dog toys. But anyway, it is March 15th already. 2021. It is Monday afternoon at 2:58 p.m. Thought I would come on here and do a video. Hey guys, how we're doing and everything. I took another fall last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got so lightheaded that getting up to go to the restroom and it's my bed probably couldn't be closer to a restroom than it is. Oh, I know. Well, in the RV, Charlie kissing me. Charlie, love you, mommy, huh? I know. Oh, my goodness. Okay, now you got to sit between my feet. All right, big boy. Big boy. Yes, little dog trapped in a big dog body. Yes, you are. Anyway, I took another fall. I got lightheaded and I called for Brad, and he's in the same bedroom as me now. We got both queen beds in there, and we have about 6 inches?
Probably 10.
10 inches between the beds, right?
Yeah.
But we're happy because we're in there together. Anyway, I called for him because he was sleeping, and I don't remember breath it. I sat down on the bed, and next thing he knew, I was on the floor. And I remember kneeling over. I was holding on to the bed because I was so lightheaded. And then next thing I remember was I was on the floor and in pain and trying to get up. But so for that reason, I will not drive any longer until they figure out what's going on. I will not take that chance of causing a wreck or something. I mean, I would never be able to forgive myself. So until they figure this out, I'm not going to drive. And that's okay because Brad will drive. Brad will be my chauffeur.
Yes, I will.
And
driving Miss Teresa.
He's been getting real worried about it. I mean, I just got real lightheaded again getting up to go to the restroom, and there's kind of a problem with the water pills, but he had me sit down real quick, and then I used a cane, and that did seem to help. And I just tried to go as fast as I could before I got lightheaded again. It's just that the heart isn't able to get enough oxygen up to my brain, and I'm just, enough blood up there, and it's just like, it is what it is. They'll figure it out. Brad, and I don't mean this to be nothing but a complaint video, and it's not. I'm just giving you guys updates. I know you guys, some of you guys have been very worried about our health. Brad is in an immense amount of pain today. It was like sharp stabbing Charlie horse type this morning, and I think it's kind of dulled down a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
He's still in a lot of pain, but the house is such a mess, you guys, and there's nobody else to help us, so we've got to just kind of do what we can do. I'm going to go in the bedroom. Since we moved his bed into the bedroom again, the full-size bed, which was, oh my goodness. What day did we do that? You've been in there 2 nights now.
Yeah. So today is Monday. Saturday night.
Saturday. Took all day. Brad was insistent on getting this mattress himself. He knew I couldn't, at this point in time, do it. And I did help him toward the end. He almost had it there, and I reached down to help him and stuff. And but getting everything moved out of the way, getting the bed frame down and everything. But we got it finally. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, and this is one of those mattress in a box. So
It's a horrible one. We got
Yeah.
it from. We didn't have any money and stuff. We got it from Finger Hut.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a horrible one, but it's
Yeah.
better than not having beds like
Yeah.
what we had in the RV.
yeah. Well, therefore, before we got these, we were sleeping on the mattress on the RV and the couch cushions on the RV. We had pulled
Horrible.
those out of the RV and put them in the ghetto trailer.
Yeah.
And the bed in a box, they just seem like heaven compared to.
Well,
the
they're still.
mattresses
I
on
mean,
the
they
RV.
still didn't seem that bad to me when it's just one of us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We've been so tired lately that
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
been going to bed a little earlier and stuff because we just feel very tired.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's just stuff heaped up all over this bedroom stuff. All the clothes that were moved. I moved the shelf. I have to move them. We bought some more shelving because they're only $15 a unit. It's just that cheap white plastic shelving that you snap together, but it's effective and it does not cost much. You have the insulin still out here, sweetie. But it doesn't cost very much. So, I bought 4 more. I know I need 2 more in the bedroom. We each need 2. And so I'm going to go in there and sit on a stool. Be able to put my little laptop up, watch some YouTube, watch some. I'm watching American Horror Story on Hulu. So, I'll be able to do that. Be close to the bathroom. About those water pills. And, work in there. That's what Brad said I should be doing because he doesn't want me trying to run around the house.
Actually, I'd rather have you do nothing. I'd rather have you sit there and do your 5D. But I know that you are almost as stubborn as I am.
I want us to be able to find our clothes. I hate one of my pet peeves is not being able to find your clothes and having to dig through a pile of clothes. And I know it doesn't bother a lot of people, but it bothers me. It does. I want to know exactly where my clothes are, what is clean, what is dirty, all of that. So I got to get that straightened out, honey.
I know.
And we got to start getting this house straightened out better because, for now, right now, getting all of our living spaces, and then we can start working more on we did not realize finding more and more of the immense damage that these movers did. But there's no point at this point in time of us getting mad. We don't know which movers did what, and it is what it is. Unfortunately, you have to apparently watch movers every step of the way, and if they say they're going to wrap your furniture in blankets, you better be there when they're doing it. I always wondered why some people seem to be such pains with movers.
Yeah.
Now I know why.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then that one couple you watched.
The neighbors.
Yeah.
If you guys watched them or not, but Kevin, his mother, they just moved his mother in with them. Well, she finally got her furniture, which has been a couple months, right? And they had promised they were going to wrap this antique, beautiful furniture. Wood. All these really nice woods, honey.
Yeah.
And they were all carved. And I mean, these are antiques.
Wow.
And then Kevin had done like a dresser and stuff that was not an antique, but he did it in the same style so it matched, even with the carvings and stuff. Well, they didn't wrap anything in blankets. It was all wrapped in plastic wrap. and he would.
Not even bubble wrap, I'd assume.
No, not at all. It looked like a plastic bag, like a black plastic bag, and then they put saran wrap type.
Wow.
And so he was videotaping as he was cutting this off and all the damage.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I would have been really ticked off too.
Yeah, well, yeah, his mom, that's the only furniture she kept. It was her complete bedroom set, and they paid a lot of money to get this moved from California up to New Hampshire. But so I'm not going to complain too much about what happened to our stuff because we didn't have any antiques and stuff. Did they just all fit in there?
Except for this bowl that I'm eating.
Oh, we got some of those shredded wheat spooners. We bought a bag of them, and so Brad was putting them in the container. We used to always put our cereal in a container. We learned real fast with living in Florida that due to the humidity and due to the bugs, you keep everything in containers or bags sealed up. So, but anyway, we gotta, we gotta, we gotta go through this big mess we got in the house right now, hon.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we can start pulling out more boxes. The up thing about, no, I won't have a studio in my bedroom. There really wasn't quite enough room anyway. Because I have a lot of yarn, as you guys know. And I have a lot of art supplies and craft supplies. So I will have a whole room that the big bedroom at the end will be what we will call our studio. And I say our studio because Brad's going to use a little bit of space, or maybe a lot, depends on the project, for pouring resins and for his rock tumbler and that kind of stuff. So we will be able to dedicate that whole bedroom to that, and that will be nice. And then we'll have a guest room. We'll use that twin bed. We'll make it up all nice. We'll have a nice guest room. And that'll be nice because we're hoping that, our friend Ken, or, anybody else that wants to come visit. We got a bed for you, and that's got another full bathroom at that end of the trailer that we're going to be, we bought all this, even the handicap accessible stuff. So, that'll be nice. Brad will get that installed and stuff. And, we're going to still do a little bit more handicap accessible things for our bathroom. But that's coming out nice. So, things are going good. I mean, Brad and I are hanging out a lot. We learned how to finally, after all these years of marriage, be able to openly talk about stuff without getting mad about stuff. More of a logical discussion. Yeah. And he's opening up about a lot more stuff, which really does help. At first, it's kind of hard because you might hear things from your spouse that you never knew bothered them. And then after that, it's like, okay, you see how things affect them and stuff, and that's good. That's good that you kind of know that and everything. So,
sweetie,
yeah.
If you want, go ahead and tell them. You can tell them a little bit about what I talked with Francis.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh,
but
okay.
Brad is legally adopted by his father that is now passed on. Now, this man never did like Brad. And Brad was under the assumption that he was adopted probably when he was about 6 or 7, and you're we're 13?
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't come out until his mom had passed. That was a big shock. Because even when Brad was legally adopting our girls, even his mom made it sound like that kind of, because see, Brad adopted them as soon as he was legally able to.
Mm-hmm.
And she made it sound like it was the same deal.
1 year and 1 month.
Yeah. And so Brad's had a lot of questions about that, and he's been asking some of his mom, like his mom's sister and stuff, and you can tell that one of his sisters, his Aunt Merle, would kind of like to tell more, but I think she's kind of torn because that she was his mother's best friend, and sister. So Brad was talking with his brother Francis, which is okay. Is from his what we call the sperm donor, which we're now going to change the name to Senior. So
we gotta make a program.
yeah, so kind of keep that in mind. If I've spoken of the sperm donor before for Brad, it now actually is Senior. We're not going to, Brad probably not ever going to call the man his father because he did not grow up with him, knows really very little about him. So anyway, and Francis is, if you want to get technical, would be Brad's half brother. They share the same father, or they share the same DNA from this man. So anyway, Brad was talking to his brother Francis. They talk frequently, and then Brad said, "Well, I want to talk to you about some things, and just I want you to hear me out." And he was talking about wanting to know about his mom. Brad did find out from his mother's family that she was forced to get married to Senior because she was pregnant. And, back in those days, that's what happened. So it basically was a shotgun wedding in Hawaii. And then he brought her over here to the States, to California, where his parents were. And she lived with them all while she was pregnant with Brad and after she had Brad for about 6 months. So Brad wanted to know. He's not being told specifics. And so he asked his brother if his brother could ask Senior. And then my husband says, next time that you go down to visit Senior, could you get on the phone with him and I will ask him some questions and talk with him. I'm sitting here like this because Brad has been very, very adamant about not ever speaking to Senior. And rightfully so.
And one of the things they don't realize are the severe anger issues I had.
Brad has severe anger issues, and he really does. And he's trying to let go of some of these anger issues about, like, one of the things he asked his brother is, like, why was his brother and his sister good enough to be kept, but not Brad? Because that really hurts Brad. Now, see, Brad has Francis as a middle name, and we've even asked his mom in a restaurant up front. Brad asked, where did the name Francis come from? And she said, a family friend. And she never would say. Now, Brad and Senior look a lot alike. Even though Brad wants to just not even hear that, but they do. And there's a lot of similarities. What started part of that was Brad finding out that there was a problem with equilibrium in the family history. Does Senior have it? And so does Francis. So I was just shocked. So, and then it's got moved up to next time that Francis is talking with his dad. Maybe they can all do a 3-way call, and see. We're not saying that Brad's going to run up to the man and hug him. Of course, you'll probably never meet him in person because California and North Carolina, you can't get too much further apart. But, and he's very elderly now. But, Brad would like to have some answers. Brad would like to have some closure. This has really hurt Brad because, like I said, his father treated him horribly. His adoptive father, And then his adoptive father would go in town and even at Brad's workplace and inform people that Brad was his stepson. Is that what he said? Yeah. It's like, really? I'm legally been adopted by you. I have your last name. I mean, you know, but he had issues with Brad. He just did not like Brad. Brad would say, hey, Dad, you want to go fishing and hunting? And he would say, no, he didn't feel like it, or, he couldn't go. He was too busy. And then Brad would find out that he would turn right around and take, almost random people off the street.
Yeah.
And I told Brad one time, I'm like, please stop begging him. It's too painful to watch, because, Brad really wanted to have a relationship, and this man did not. So that's been going on, and that's kind of a wonderful thing to watch.
Well,
and to find out some information.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's your story.
Because of the way I was treated growing up, when Teresa and I got married, we had a discussion about possibly looking into the surgery for reversal of the.
Because I have my tube tied.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said several times that I did not want her and I to have a
child together
because I knew how painful it was growing up and knowing I wasn't or made feel like I wasn't the real child.
He always was made to feel like he was, the odd man out.
No, call it as I see it.
Bastard stepchild is what he always said. He always had been made to feel like the bastard stepchild. I mean, even his bedroom was way off from the rest of the family. But, and it was always basically kind of like his mom and his sisters, or his dad and his sisters, and he was left out. I witnessed it. His dad would get in these moods. His dad was supposed to be the head clergyman of this very extremely small church. And the girl and I used to go. It might be 3-4 months down the road. He wouldn't even acknowledge us every time in church. He would say hi to everybody around us and stuff. So one time he decides he's gonna say hi to us, and I'm like, oh, you're acknowledging us now, right in front of everybody. Really embarrassed him. I didn't care. I call them as I see them. If you're gonna ignore us, especially your grandchildren are small, and it also was like the girls were not the real grandchildren. It's like, okay. So now his grandmother, this grandmother that we talk about that we love so much is actually his legal dad's mom. And if you ever told her that Brad was not her grandson, you would have been picking yourself up off the ground and your teeth would have been probably in the wall. Because that would have been, she loved Brad and she loved me. I mean, she was a wonderful woman, and but so that's what Brad's been going through. I was shocked when he brought that up. I did not even know he still really thought about it a lot. If it's not part of your history, you don't realize how much it affects. I mean, I knew it greatly affected him. And I don't have anything to say about the fact we didn't have more kids. Yeah, I would have loved to have had more kids, but, insurance wasn't going to pay for a tubal reversal. And I'd had trouble carrying the 2 I had, and then a miscarriage in between. So, who knows? I mean, I figure things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not going to begrudge you that.
Yeah.
But, so that we've been going through that. And like I said, we've been going through some health challenges that have been difficult to handle, but we're handling them. I gotta tell you, this place, North Carolina, phenomenal medical care and phenomenal people to work with. We called this morning because, Brad did, the insurance company, about how much our copay would be on my echocardiogram, which is Wednesday. And she said we had to have some code or else she couldn't tell us. That's okay. So we called back an echocardiogram. We got the gal that does all the scheduling and everything, and she told us approximately how much it would be, which I think was around $900 out of our pocket.
$899.91.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, God, there's no way we have that kind of money. She goes, oh, no, if you can just pay something down and then we'll make up payment plans. And it's like, oh, that's wonderful. Now, in Tallahassee, you couldn't do that. You either had to have all that money up front or else you're not going to have that done. And in
Charlie.
Casper, honey, I'm trying to do this. Is it okay?
Sorry.
Wow. But anyway, in Wyoming, you had to have all that money up front, too. It used to be that you didn't, and then it was that you did. And, I mean, they'd be hounding you at the door before you got in the door about where you... So, I'm really so grateful of that because, you know, I need to have this done. Because the week after that, I do have another appointment with my cardiologist. We need to get on a game plan of what we're going to do. I can't keep living life being lightheaded and passing out. That's not a good thing. You know, not a good thing at all. That would be a problem. That's why I'm not hardly going any place either, honey, because right now I can't even go in any place and guarantee I'm not going to be inspecting their floor up close.
Yeah, the only way we could do that would be take the wheelchair.
Yeah, but who's going to push me? I can't do it with my severe arthritis. Yeah. I really don't know how that's all going to work.
We'll figure it out, sweetie.
Well, I figure if I'm in a medical place and I pass out, they kind of know what to do, so.
Yeah. Nothing else, we could take the rollator.
That's why I was wanting to do that, because, you know, I just...
Yeah.
The way it is right now.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get you taken care of.
I hate having that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we got going on. Just trying to do as much as we can. Just give me a minute. I feel really lightheaded right now. This really stinks. You know it?
Yeah.
This really stinks. It's really compact. It really makes it hard on you because, you know, you want to do things and, you know, you try not to pass out because that's not a good thing. You know. I think the rollator probably would be the best bet because then I can sit down.
Yeah.
Usually if I can sit down, kind of put my head down some, then I'm okay. So, anyway, go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
I'd like to do is leave the rollator full time in the back of the Jeep. And then, you know, if we're doing stuff outside, it'd be a lot easier to pull it out of the back of the Jeep than...
That would be nice, then I could still do some stuff outside.
Yeah.
I got in some of my planters. I don't know where they are.
They're over. I'll grab them here in a moment.
Okay. Got some of those in.
Keep them sidetracked.
Okay. But, like I said, we'll be okay. It just... I was thinking about if you guys go back to even looking at what we were like even 3 years ago, there's such a difference. You know what, honey?
Yeah.
It's just incredible how much our health has changed and stuff. I mean, you know, we're doing much better on so many aspects, but then there's so many health challenges and stuff. It's just, you know.
3 years ago, I was walking to a couple fishing areas that were a mile away. And
Yeah, I
I
know.
was carrying all my fishing gear and
Yeah,
poles
you
and
have to
everything.
pick up all of his poles and fishing gear and everything, go trek on down there.
Yep.
You know, and now It's like,
Yeah, a trip across the living room is very tough.
yeah, we're going to get some help, you know?
Yeah, almost there.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not sure what you're doing, but
I was going to go after the pots, the gallon grow bags.
you could only hold your phone for so long.
Do I?
Hmm.
Look out. Come on, Charlie. Look out. Okay, Charlie, don't move. I'll work around you. Okay, look out, Nix.
Come on, Nix, you got to get up.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay,
We'll
let
work
me show
around
you.
you.
These are, they come like this. And this is what they are, though. Look. Is there these pots, right? But they're these cloth pots. There's 12 in here. They're 5 gallons each. And they're grow bags. And, you know, the diameter is 12 inches diameter, 10 inches in height. And convenient transplanting, prevent roots from twinning. Better than plastic containers. Keeps plants warm or cooler. Made with high quality non-woven fabric. And the nice thing is, too, they have handles on them, so you could drag them if you want them someplace else. You know, they're reusable. They say if you have something in this and you need to transplant it, you just do it all. You can do the whole thing, just leave it in the bag.
Really?
Yeah, you just drop it in the hole or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I'm very excited about that, and this was a lot cheaper overall than buying all the pots. Because, you know, like I said, we don't have any gardening stuff, so all the pots and stuff I have to start over. And plus, I know that if I can, I'm going to have stuff up higher. But if not, I need to have stuff in like kind of containers here. I was going to look and see how. I know they were not expensive at all.
Yeah. I thought you said they were less than $20.
Well, I will look. Yeah, they're from Amazon, and they're $20.99 free shipping for 12 of them. So, I figure you can't beat that. You know. Right, honey?
Yep, exactly.
And what I've done on some things, like if I have a pot that's a lot higher than I really need it to be, I've done things like put aluminum cans in the bottom. Because it takes up space, and that way you're not having to use as much soil either. And it's worked out fine. Like, say you have a great big tall planter and you want to do marigolds or petunias or something like that. You want something that's not, you know, and you know you don't need that much soil. And soil is not cheap. That's what you can do. You can put rocks, you can put gravel, you can put like used 2-liter bottles. You could put cans, anything like that that takes up space. You know, the water will still sit in the very bottom. It never affected any of my plants. I mean, you know, so that's one thing you can do. So you have anything to say, hon?
Nope, you got it covered really well.
Okay. Well, that's about all we got for today. I just wanted to give you guys an update. You know, things are kind of getting a little more critical around here, but we'll get it figured out. You know, I am taking it pretty easy because I don't want to have a sudden heart attack or stroke. That's not fun. So, anyway, that's what's going on. Remember that I love you guys and I do cherish your friendship so very much. I hope you're doing okay, Kathy. I hope you're doing okay, Carol and Ann and everybody else. And remember that I love you guys. And I think you're awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.